Assuming you make a total sales or revenue of 10,000 in whichever currency in any part of the world, how much of it must go into cost of sales of goods or services you provided? How much of it must also go into your labor cost? And how much of it must be your profit? You must have these at your fingertips. Growing a small business into a mighty business empire, whether as an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur, requires strategic vision, relentless execution, and the ability to evolve. A major requirement is to understand the percentages of revenue to be allocated to various cost centers in the small business. Generally and in average terms, every small business must use the following simple strategy to ensure that your business is productive and profitable. If your total sales is 10,000 cedis, that is using the Ghanaian currency, the cost of sales or cost of goods or cost of service is about 30% of that 10,000. This means that the cost of making use of your skills, materials, goods or ingredients to serve your customers must not exceed 3,000 cedis. If your total sales is still 10,000 cedis, that is still using the Ghanaian currency, the cost of employee wages, social security benefits, and payroll taxes is about 25% of that 10,000. This means that remunerating or paying your workers must not exceed 2,500 cedis. Again, if your total sales is 10,000, still using the Ghanaian currency, the cost of rent of your store or office, electricity payment, water, and communication is about 10% of that 10,000 cedis. This means that the cost of your business operating location or platform must not exceed 1,000 cedis. That's 1,000 cedis. Again, if your total sales is 10,000 cedis, still using the Ghanaian cedis, the cost of administration, marketing, and taxes is about 10% of that 10,000. This means that expenses made in respect of administration, insurance, permit, marketing, and taxes must not exceed 2,300 cedis. Then last but one, if your total sales is still 10,000 cedis, that is still using the Ghanaian currency, the cost of servicing and repair of business equipment is about just 2% of that 10,000. This means that expenses made in respect of maintenance and repairs of equipment must not exceed 200 cedis. That's 200 Ghanaian cedis or Ghana cedis. Then lastly, if your total sales is still 10,000, still using the Ghanaian currency, the net income retained after all expenses is about just 10% of that 10,000 Ghana cedis. This means that profit must not exceed or go below 1,000 cedis. You must understand that profit margins tend to be slimmer for new or growing small businesses. But don't be ignorant that labor and rent are typically the largest fixed expenses. Though crucial for growth, marketing is often underfunded in small businesses. Hence, industries with high cost of selling goods usually aim for tighter control on operating costs. Let me know your type of small business you operate so I can provide a more tailored allocation. Join me in episode 44 as we discuss whether salary alone can make an intrapreneur or an employee rich or wealthy. Can salary make you an employee or as an entrepreneur wealthy? Wow. Let's meet in episode 44 to have a bite. I still remain yours truly, James. Yeah. Up here. The Intrapreneur.